Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Under the Lights Racing League Next Gen Series. This is your voice for the action tonight, INF. Alongside me is SP and Hunter. That's
Hello. Hello, 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 hello.
Yes, sir. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it is the duels for the Daytona 500 here. As we have just 1 week before the Daytona 500, we are lucky enough to have two members of Duel Number 2 with us tonight for Duel 1. And likewise, we'll have two members from Duel 1 being up in the booth joining us for Duel Number 2. But again, hello to you, SP and Hunter. What can we start? What can we expect to see here in the duels here? What would be the game plan for drivers going into duel number 1 here?
I'll let HD start off.
Hmm. Well. Obviously, at the beginning, you just want to take it easy. You want to kind of just hang around because obviously you can't win it on lap one at a super speedway. This goes for every track. You can't even win the race on lap 49 out of 50 at a super speedway. You can't win it on the second to last lap because for like personal experience, you can be in sixth place to begin the last lap and then you can win it. You can be leading the last lap. You can be in like seventh or eighth by the end of it. So you got to stay patient. You got to take your runs where you can get them and don't force yourself into like any bad situations. Like don't don't force yourself to go high if you know nobody's going to go with you. So it's just a big game of cat and mouse and just a long game of patience. Well, shorter game of patience, it being 25% tonight for both sides.
Yeah. To add on to what HD said, it's going to be a very, very tough game tonight. A lot of cat and mouse going on. You do not want to be that lead car, I feel like, when it comes down to the last lap. We saw a lot of passes and stuff take place on the final lap of the race where the guy leading coming to the white did not lead coming to the checker, all in preseason. So you probably will want to be that second car, third car, back up, get the run, try to make the move. I think those are kind of the keys on to try to win this duel, or at least try not to get eliminated from the duel.
Absolutely, two very crucial parts going into a race such as this, obviously setting up for the main event being the Daytona 500, the season opener, which is just next week. And SP, for these duels, what is our race format here tonight? How are these duels going to play out?
Well, our race format tonight is going to be a 25% race at Daytona. I believe it's going to be the day Daytona, so it's a little longer than the night Daytona. It's going to be a 2 times wear race, I believe, as well. It's going to be a very crucial time to get on pit road if we don't get a caution and we run green the rest of the way. You definitely do not want to make a mistake getting on pit road. If you lose the draft in these cars, you will not catch them. And matter of fact, you will lose the time even more and a lot quicker than what we've seen in past. These are brand new cars, and you just have to make sure you stay in the draft. And then obviously, there's no stages. It's a straight 25% race. Just go at it and see what you can do. I believe it's a 50-lap race, so 125 miles. But yeah, it's going to be a very, very interesting race, I think, to see who comes out on top tonight.
Yes, sir. And for both our duels, yeah. For our duels, we have 14 drivers slotted up for Duel 1, and we have correspondingly 13 for Duel 2. Just a quick run through of the Duel 1 grid for tonight's race. Starting off here on the pole for tonight's Duel 1, that is the 3 of Brad Ranger, followed by the 43 of LRS. The Project 27 car of Rock NASCAR, big welcome into UTLR for you, sir. He is then followed by Mole in the 24. Then in the number 2, here comes Mr. J, or Mr. J, I guess, who will be referred to on the stream. In the 21 is Dr. Claytor, or Claytor? Clay? SP, how would you want it? How, you know him? How would I...
Who, Dr. Claytor?
Claytor? Is that how I want it?
Yeah.
Should I call him Clay, or would think that would be easier?
Up to you, man. You can call him Doctor. Just call him Clay. Call him Claytor. Doctor Claytor. Just don't call him late for dinner.
Yeah.
You'll be fun. Yeah. There you go.
In the 7th spot, it'll be the 99 car of Crimson Sniper, followed then by the 18 of Flash Champ, the 38 of Red Hawk, the 4 of B Edgington, the 34 of Go Dogs, the 1 of Storm, the 20 of King Lodbrook, or
Load broke.
King Loadbroke, and the 17 of Tomato. So, Hunter, we'll start with you here. Who are some ones to watch here going into duel number 1?
I mean, honestly, the thing about super speedways, it doesn't matter how good or bad you are at NASCAR. It's anyone's game. If I can win at a super speedway track, any one of you guys can win at a super speedway track. You can't really look at a ones to watch, but if I did have to pick someone, obviously, I would probably have to go with a little bit of underdog pick, regardless of where he qualified, Dr. Clater. I got a feeling that he could probably find his way to the front. Anybody can find their way to the front, whether that be Lodbrok, that be Clater, that could be the leader should he fall back to the pack, could be the guy in last. He carves through the field. It could be. It's really anyone's game. I can't really pick a favorite here, but if I did, have to probably be Dr. Clater.
And then SP, same question for you as well. Who would you think is a pick to win for you?
Well, obviously I can go with an obvious choice, Rock NASCAR. He is such a very good restrictor plate racer, knows when to make the right moves and all that time. But remember, we do have those two drivers going at it head to head for that cutoff spot. Only one driver out of these two are going to make the show, and the other one's just going to go home sad. And it's actually teammates Red Hawk in the 38 and Go Dogs in the 34. I think that's going to be the biggest battle we watch tonight, besides obviously the win for the duels. These guys need to try and battle each other out, even though they're teammates, because only one of these guys are going to advance to the 500, or I guess 250, and one other guy is going to go home. So definitely something to keep an eye on for tonight.
Yes, sir. And just to round it off for me, I'm going with our pole sitter, Brad Ranger. I feel like he showed a lot of promise in the preseason and a lot of promise in the Clash. So I feel like that might be able to translate over well here for Daytona. Obviously, he was the only person in solo qualifying to touch the 49s, so meaning he knows his way around this track. And on the topic that you brought up earlier of drivers who have to race their way in for Duel 2, we have our very own driver in the booth that is trying to race his way in, being Mr. Morton or Hunter. So
Yep.
Hunter,
Yep.
being one of the 4 drivers in the total of the duels has to race their way in, what would be the mindset of a driver that's trying to race their way in here tonight when you're just in a one-on-one gang kind of game?
Well, obviously, you're thinking about how so many things can go wrong so fast should you like get to like let's call it nervous when you're at the late stages of a race. You got to just stay calm. You have to recognize where's the guy that I need to get around. If I can just stay ahead of him regardless of where I finish, then I am doing something right. If I'm ahead of him when I cross the checkered flag, doesn't matter if I finish second to last, doesn't matter if I win the race. As long as I am ahead of the guy that I need to be ahead, then that is something that I am doing right. That's what these guys got to do. They got to stay patient. They got to stay calm. If you have a bad start to the race, that's fine. It's a long race. Cautions can happen. The field can very easily come bunched back up. You take it one lap at a time. Taking it literally a quote from what I said about my sports TikToks about the Atlanta Braves. One game at a time. You take it one lap at a time. You can't be thinking 30, 40 laps into the future. You can't even be thinking 10 laps into the future because the running order can be so very, very different in just a one-lap time span. So, long story short, stay calm, stay focused, take it a single lap at a time, beat the guy you gotta beat. Don't worry about anything else if you can avoid it.
Absolutely. And if you want to have an onboard from tonight's race, or at least from Duel 1, you want an in-race onboard, you can go watch UTLR_Storm on Twitch. He will have that. He will have that live broadcast going on in the race, so you can see what's going on. He will actually He will also be joining us for Duel 2 alongside LRS, and that will be those two that will be joining us here for Duel 2. And speaking of Duel 2, we can go ahead and touch in on who is going to be in that duel. It's just we looking for some time. Starting on the poll for Duel 2 is Irate Pluto, and then number 9, followed by the 12 of Drake, the 48 of Hack, the 8 of Kinney, the 77 of Ducky, the 6 of Denny, the 44 of One Bad, the 42 of SP, who our very own SP,
Yes.
the aforementioned 23 of Hunter, the 15 of Rebel, who is the other driver that is trying to race his way into the 500, and then the 5 of Comical Sphinx, the 19 of the High Road, the 47 of some YO guy, and Matty Ice, who was slated to race in the 14, but apparently he did not qualify, or will not be here. Will he not be here, or didn't he not qualify for the race?
He did not qualify for the race. I don't know if he's racing tonight or not. He said he wants to try to. Um, I'm looking through checking right now, and I don't see his name that got checked in. So we will see if he gets in here in time.
Well, that will be something interesting to keep an eye on to see if he will be there for the race. We should be getting going pretty soon. I don't think you're gonna have to pit or make a pit stop in this race if it goes green. You might have to. It's gonna be very close nonetheless. So if they all get single file and go caution free, who knows how this race is gonna look onwards to being. I will say, having raced at Daytona with a next gen car, these things are like ice trying to push each other. I mean, I've seen some massive runs. You can build massive runs with these cars. They are unbelievably fast and can build such great runs. Although the problem with that being is they're just very unstable. I guess that's a good word. Usually they're pretty stable when driving, but like when you're trying to stay on someone's bumper, you kind of it's like sliding ice on like your countertop. It's just not, there's no friction there. It's just not gonna, you can push them, but you're gonna slide all across their bumper. So it's just gonna be kind of weird and something we'll probably see throughout the race. We'll see if it causes any additional issues. Is there anything else I need to touch up on? I think we kind of covered everything.
I think we're good, INF. I got Luke on the other line. He'll be race control, kind of giving us lap counts and stuff. So I kind of got that.
It's like I got
As
I got
well.
Storm, who's I'm just gonna be watching Storm stream, and I'll that's kind of how that's how I've done like race control, so I'll go off that too. But you got
I'm just
LRS.
going off whatever you guys say.
Yeah. One thing I was
I'm the
interested in,
middleman.
SP, though, is how exactly are we gonna do race control for Duel 2? Are you gonna, like, vice versa, give race control to LRS?
Well, as far as what I'm gonna do tonight, is that what you're asking? I was talking to Luke. I didn't hear what you said.
I was asking, like, how is race control gonna work for Duel 2?
Well, I'll probably have Luke on the phone for me, and I can relay things back with him.
Okay.
Probably do that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Sounds good. That's kind of what I thought. Sounds good.
As far as what I'm aware of, they are waiting on UTLR Storm. He just appeared online, so he should be able to go green here in the next probably 5-10 minutes. Probably. Everyone looks like they're all ready, so we'll see.
Everyone's ready to go for the duel. And this will determine the inside lane of the 500, or just where you start for the inside lane. So, as per usual. And then I guess the winner of the Duel 2 is going to be starting on the... Well, okay, hold on. Actually, I have a few questions for USBs. So
Sure.
the winner of Duel 1, the winner of Duel 1, is that going to be the pole sitter for the 500, or is the pole sitter already been decided?
No, the pole sitter has been decided. It's gonna go to um
Brad.
Brad, and then whoever else was on the pole.
Okay, so the 2 fastest laps go to pole automatically. So this is determining every.
Uh-huh.
So is Brad racing?
Yeah, they're all gonna be racing tonight. I believe Brad's racing and Pluto, who won Duel 2. I believe everyone is racing. The only person that will not be racing tonight, well, actually Drake is racing tonight. He just won't be racing the 500. So I think everyone's racing tonight that's supposed to be here. I think we're supposed to have everyone.
Sounds good. So like aforementioned, Duel 1 is to determine the inside row for the 500, and Duel 2 is to determine the outside lane.
Yep, that is correct. Duel 1, inside lane. Duel 2, outside lane. I'm looking forward to Duel 2. I mean, I hope the booth is too. That's a very, very aggressive group of drivers in Duel 2.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we'll definitely see some cautions, and I'm 100% sure we're gonna have to pit. Uh, I think the fuel window is roughly 20. We'll say 26 laps is the fuel window between 22 and 26. I think it's actually 21. My bad. It's 21. So if it is a 50,
Lap break.
if it's a 50 lap race and you have 21 laps of fuel, you could honestly, if you heavily save um in both like little sections, because obviously the split's going to be right there where the pit is. You could stretch it a little bit, you can make it to the end, but I don't know if the risk is going to be, you know, that worth it, because you will lose the draft if you stay out an extra lap or two without those people that came into pit already on that first time. And you want to be the first guy on pit road. We've seen previous races all throughout UTLR and other leagues in general. You want to be the first people on pit road, with a group at least. Don't want to pit by yourself. You want to be in that first big group that comes in, just because you can overtake that second pack when they pit. So there's going to be a lot of strategy played. It's a big strategy game tonight of who's going to save and do all of this kind of stuff. So it's just going to see, who's going to win this race. It's going to have to come down to, what strategy works out best and who's just in the right place at the right time. Now, if we get a caution, everything goes out the window.
Yeah.
Then it's just going to be, hell on earth or whatever. It's going to be very aggressive, but we will have to see what happens tonight as far as drivers and where everyone is going to, stack up against everyone else, and and then obviously just set the lineup for the 500.
Absolutely. And the last thing, I don't know how we haven't mentioned this yet, but probably the biggest factor in this race is that this is not a points-paying race. There's going to be a lot more risk. There's not really much reward. You don't get points. So you do get a shot at glory for winning the duel. You get or unless there is points on the line, like preseason points. I would assume there's no points on the line.
No, there is not. I make the party invite only if you didn't already.
Okay, I think I already made it.
You're good. And they're about to roll too, just a heads up.
Oh boy. I just saw something that scared me. Alright, well, there's a lot more risk, very little reward, as it is just to determine where you start, but that will obviously lead to a lot more moves being made, a lot more interesting strategy calls, and just a lot more aggression all around, man. People want to get to the front, people want to win the duel, they want to start good for the 500.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, hey, well, without further ado, I think it's time to head to the track here and get ready to see what Duel 1, if they can put on a show or not for us, and I don't think they're going to disappoint.
I absolutely don't think they're going to disappoint.
It's time!
It is time.
Okay. INF, they're going to invite you, and then send us an invite is what I'm hearing, so.
Alright. Sounds good.
It is time to qualify, SP. Let's go.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, no.
Wait a minute.
It is time to qualify SP.
It is time to qualify, SP. It is time to qualify. Where is it?
It is time.
Oh, and it is time to accept that invitation from Mr. LRS. Thank you.
Alright, we going racing at Daytona now.
Yes,
Let's go.
sir. We're gonna just very quickly just take a time out of our day, invite our colleagues, and get on
Thank you.
to the duel.
By the way,
Duel one.
doing one pace lap. Oh, yeah, do one pace lap going up line. Just letting you know.
All right. When we get in there, we'll take a quick stroll through the field. Just take a look at everyone's cars. Get yourself familiarized. Just in case you don't see them in the race. Just get the chance to get their 5 minutes of fame. Hopefully. Stormstream is having a lot of issues right now.
And that is why I got LRS on the other line. You're
Okey-doke.
welcome. Got you.
Please tell me I'm going to load into this. Should go to fanatec.com for the Club Sports Series. Gas, clutch, and brake pedals, if you haven't already. And we are here at Daytona. You can see the cars all on pit road. They are probably not on pit road right now. They're actually probably on track. It just takes a second. Or they're about to roll.
Oh, yeah.
What in the storm?
Alex is lagged out already. Okay.
Okay, he was in front of the field. That is...
Yeah, that was scary. All right, we already lost one. DNF goes to Alex.
Storm will have to start in the back for his Daytona 500 efforts. I do believe he's the defending 500 winner as well, if I'm not mistaken.
He'll start at the tail of the field. Yeah, I cued the U-Technics games. Little quip there from the spotter.
A known super speedway racer. I don't think he will have any issue come next week when we get set to go 100 laps around Daytona for, well, it really should be the Daytona 250, but it's the 500.
Yeah, because
LRS,
you're
I
not going
believe,
to
has
go out of your way to say the 250.
LRS
It's the
has
500 in our
damage to his car, supposedly. That is not very good
That's-
for the 43.
It's not ideal at all. Not ideal at all, actually.
Hey, can we just admire we got the 3 and the 43 up front at Daytona?
Yes, sir. Patty and Earnhardt. But look through the field. There's the 43 of LRS, the 21 of Clay, the 99 of Sniper, the 2 of Mr. J, the 4 of Edgington, the 27 of Rock NASCAR in our Project 27, the 38 of Red Hawk, the 28 of Oh my goodness, I forgot how to say it. Load Broke. And the now vacant 1 car of Storm, the 24 of Muller, defending champ, the 18 of Flash Champs, and our pole sitter, the 3 of Brad Ranger. Well, we had 14. We're not going to have 14 come the time of the green flag dropping, but it'll be 13 cars to determine the inside lane here, the Daytona 500. As we get set to go racing here, when they hit the start-finish line, the green flag will drop, and we are underway here for Duel 1. And it's a really poor start for that inside lane. The 27 did not get going. I think he missed a shift. That's going to allow the outside lane to just pull away as there's no help coming to that 3, and the 43 and 24 already pulled down low.
My teammate.
Your teammate's already going on to block, man. You can see everyone just trying to struggle to get up to speed. All these cars so wiggly. You can see cars off in the back, 34 and the 20, trying to get single file. They might be at risk of losing the draft here. The 43 and now the 24 and the 3 have all single filed out here at the front. You can see how unstable that pack is through 4 as they head into the tri-oval. Everyone's just struggling to keep to their bumper. Everyone's so loose. As you see, oh, there's a car in the back. That's, I believe, the 99 of Sniper, who got all sorts of out of shape. You can see the 21, the 18, having a big run on that outside lane. The 43 pulling out all by himself from the 24. Might be looking to make a run. Look at this. It's just a tandem draft. Are they going to have a chance at the lead? Oh my goodness. The 21 of Clay and the 18 of Flash Champ to the front here at Daytona, all by themselves.
Want to move the outside lane. It's showing that it works a lot better in these cars than it did in the Gen 6 cars. past LRS and Molik, they're standing still. However, I do think they are saving a little bit of fuel. I don't know what the fuel window is for them. I think it's like 20-ish laps, so definitely could be saving.
You can see Edgington drop all the way to the back. He's trying to go to the back to try and save some fuel. He's got to be careful. The big risk of dropping to the back. You got to make sure that you do not lose touch with that pack. Otherwise, your entire race is kissed goodbye. As the 34 and the 38 make contact here at the back of the pack, that might lose them the draft. There's a big separation there. You can see an outside lane that at least tried to start to form again for the 2. They want to try and repeat the success of the 21 and the 18.
Oh, one car's in the wall, the 2. Mr. J in the wall.
And he's going to drop back pretty far. He's going to drop all the way behind the 34 of Go Dogs. Now he's going to be at risk of losing the draft. Although it doesn't look like anyone has lost the draft yet. This might be our first case. The 2, although is locked into the 500. It's just the 34 and the 38 reminder trying to race their way in. You can just
two's probably not getting there.
Yeah, you can see in the back half of the field how they're just all checking up so much. They're just trying to, like what you said earlier, I believe they are just trying to save fuel at the moment, just trying to go like half throttle and just, you know, make sure that they are good to the end, or good to make it on just one stop.
Yeah, I want to point out to INF, it is a lot hard to save fuel in these cars. So I don't know how these drivers are going to react to this Gen 7 car. Really, the fuel they can hold is 21 laps. I just got that count. There's 50 laps. That means you have to save a total 8 laps-ish, 9 laps of fuel in these cars. I don't know if that's the best idea to just save fuel. I think they have to just push and race like normal. I mean, what do you think?
Well, I think obviously, I think it's better off if you're just going for, just going full throttle. I think there's no point in trying to play the strategy game, because then you're also that also means you're gonna have to try and conserve your tires. You gotta try and maintain the pack. I think there's just too much to try and manage with just saving your fuel. I think it's better to just be with a pack that's fully pushing, so that way when you come down to pit road for the final time, you're with a big group, and that you're not on your lonesome, unlike the 99 and the 2 who have unfortunately lost the draft. The Sniper was all up by himself on the outside lane. He tried to make things work, but just no one really wanted to go down and work with him.
Kind of looking right now, the 24 kind of stacking everyone up behind him. Looks like there's like a little bit of a gap right there as he closes. No, he's not closing the gap. You look, don't know what really the 24's doing, but very interesting. Oh, and by the way, the 34 right now looks like he might lose the draft. This is extremely critical. He might be reeling him back in now, but yeah. There he goes. I was gonna say, don't lose the draft right now. You gotta beat that 38.
The thing is, the draft, even on normal, the draft is so big in these next gen cars. You can build such a big run. I don't know how far back you can be to where you don't have the draft anymore, but as long as you have that draft and you're like the person in the back, you are going to be flying. As there looks to be a little bit of lag in the back. 38 went high to probably try and avoid it, but I don't know, that 34 and the 38, one car separates them. They're very close to one another on track, so it'll be a fight to watch throughout the day. It'll be close. You're interesting to see. That's 43.
That's unfortunate. I got kicked out.
You got kicked out of the lobby?
Yeah.
SB, can you invite him? Look
I
at
already
this.
did.
The 40.
It's okay.
Mr. LRS is kind of ran an interesting race. He's like half throttle. He's just staying in between the 18 and the 24, not pushing either one of them, but he's just hanging in their airspace, just saving his fuel, saving his time. He does, I believe, if damage is on, he does have, well, it is probably going to be on. He does have that damage to his hood, so that might affect the car's performance just a little bit, but we'll see. It's been weird. He's been kind of the bridge between that second pack and the 2 leaders of the 21 and the 18, that being Clay and Flash. Champs.
Let's see if I can script without this thing.
Big
saying,
run.
ooh.
And see in the back, the 20 and the 38 are trying to make runs work. And while the effort's there, it's just, nah, they're just too far back when they make the run. You just get so much speed. You can see the 20 and the 4 especially are having, and the back 4 of this pack are having a lot of issues with just their car control and keeping it in a line. So it'll be weird to see come the end of this race. SP, can you invite Storm to the party, please? He is requesting. Oh, as the 38 gets ran up the track by the 20.
Oh no, not Storm. All right.
Storm wants in, then the 38
We're gonna
wants
give
to
him
try
an
and find a
interview.
way back in line. Can he squeeze in for 34? No, he's got to take it to the back. As what in the world did I just watch? Hello, Mr. Storm.
HD is over there with UTLR Storm. HD, how's it going over there with Storm?
Yeah, he's just here. He's throwing his helmet everywhere. I'm throwing my helmet everywhere. I can't even spectate. Whoopee. Yay.
That happened.
That's okay. All right, Storm. Anywho, what's the dealio, young fella? Your race literally lasted 12 seconds. What happened?
Internet went to crap of all nights, and it never does. And on the one night, needed not to, and it did. So yeah. So this track house number 1 team's gonna go from the rear, but you know what? It's all good. I guess it's just part of the plan. We'll still get the dub at the end of it. So
That's what it's all about.
Alex, I have a question for you. Your teammate is in last right now. Are you gonna have to work with him tomorrow? Well, not tomorrow, but you're gonna work with him, I assume, getting through the field stage 1 because you're starting so far back with him. I mean, I guess that kind of helps you out, I assume, right?
if he finishes in the back, then that might be. I will say for the record, I did not tell him to lag and sandbag. But if he happens to finish last tonight or towards the back, then you know what? Trackhouse is going to the front on 500 night. So
Now, your race lasted less than Aaron Rodgers' 2023 season, so I mean, what's your overall opinion about that?
Rogers actually lasted 4 seconds longer than that. Excuse you.
Oh, my bad.
I'm gonna be trying to load in the game as we speak, and it's not gonna let me. So everything's going perfect for me tonight. Great. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a tough night for us, but doesn't take away from what we're seeing on track right now with all this battling going on, and the great guys that are racing Duel 1 right now and the Duel 2 later to come. So it's a great night of action from everybody. And we got Rock on track right now, so I mean that's something to be excited about.
Absolutely. And the debut of the Project 27 here in its first outing in league setting. How are you feeling about seeing that 27 on track?
And that is a special thing. I wish I could actually see it right now, but visually just able to picture it on track. It's a beauty. And I'm so excited with the opportunity that SP came up with this idea. And yeah, get to finally have that car on track is something that means the world to the league and to everybody that's going to be helping improve that car this season. There's been about 4 or 5 drivers right now behind that wheel of the car, so it's going to be awesome to see different drivers come in and get a taste of what we're like and get to compete with the best of the best. And what better person than to kick it off with the season than Rock himself, Mr. League sponsor, and getting to have him behind the wheel of the 27 car for the first time outing is truly a excitement for today and for the week ahead.
An absolute honor to see the 27 on the high banks of Daytona. This race has been quite interesting so far. SP, how far are we into this race right now?
Let me double check with our race booth here.
The Crimson has his stream up and going.
We're at 15 of 50 right now. Getting very dicey in the back. We just saw Lowbro go on the wall a little bit with Go Dogs and Tomato. Those guys kind of dropping back a little bit. They should pick it up here. And the 38 is in the grass below the double yellow line. Tomato is going to leapfrog him now, and he will take the position. A lot of stacking up, so I assume a lot of saving is happening, INF.
Absolutely, and I've been, as everyone was talking, I've been watching on board this battle as the 38 gets shoved at the track. He got moved up by the 20, side by side with him, trying to fall back in line. He will get back in there. I think he's going to be good enough to hold on to the draft, but a major scare for that the 34 team. That could have been disaster right there, but he managed to avoid it. But like you said, it's just so unstable in the back. There's so much checking up and people not able to stay on each other's bumpers that it's just caused so much chaos and moments just like that. You see the
Looks like some guys going.
Well, the 4 and the 17 have been trying to work throughout these last few laps to try and make that outside lane work. And you see they're able to get a bit of a run, but once they kind of, after like 4 seconds, their car just like drops like a brick. So you really can't go anywhere unless you have like some help or really just like a massive head of steam. But it does look like up at the front that the leaders are now, well, they look like they closed back in for a little bit down the back straightaway.
SP want to give me an invite again?
Did.
Again?
Yeah.
Very
Oh,
cool.
there you go. There was a look for Brad Ranger to go up with the 4 car, trying to make that outside lane work. Looks like that is to no avail. He'll have to drop back. I think what's happening is the 24 is lag punching the 3, and that's causing a massive stack up every time, because every time the 3 gets close to the 24, he just has a massive breakaway. And obviously lag being a big thing at these super speedway races, no, sometimes it's not so good. And oh, there goes LRS. LRS had a big run. He was looking to the front. That's not going to work out. And what is going on in the back here? Oh my goodness. Is the 34? The 34, I think, has just lost the draft.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. This is very crucial. Go Dogs needs to get back up there and stay with the draft. I know pit stops are going to happen in the next few laps, but that's just going to be a little too late. The cars are going to be gone. They'll be about 4 seconds ahead of him. Oh, and one car almost into the wall. Its low broke.
Oh my goodness. Oh, and the 17 tried to pinch down on Red Hawk. He wanted to close the door on him, did not want him to get back by. And that has just caused, man, they are all losing time. Is Red Hawk about to potentially lose the draft? No, it looks like he's got a bit of help. It looks like he'll be fine. Actually, yeah, this is a great example. Look how much speed that 38 car is going to close. The closing speed is just so crazy in these cars when you're that far behind. So it looks like they're never really into any issue. It'll now just be me and SP in the booth.
All right.
All right, all right.
All right.
Oh, LRS poked down low. Car got a little bit out of shape.
By the way, pit stops happening the next 2 laps, 3 laps here. I'm hearing from our in-race car commentator LRS. He said expect them to all come down here very, very shortly.
And look at this. These guys in the back gotta stop fighting like this, man. They keep like barely sniffing the draft, but one of these days, I'm telling you, they're gonna go too wide like that again. And then they're just going to lose all that draft, or all that momentum they had. And you can see the 4. Brad Ranger.
I know. Sorry to cut you off. The 38 is losing the draft a little bit.
Oh, you're joking. Well, both cars that need to race their way in have just lost the draft. Would you look at that?
By the way, pit stops happening this time. Everyone is coming in.
Right on board, Clay. I mean, this is kind of a saving grace for the 38. He has lost the draft, so he's pretty far back. But, you know, it allows him to kind of close the gap up a little bit. And this is probably the most crucial point in the race. No mistakes. You have to nail your pit stop. Do not speed. Everything is going to probably rely on this moment. And here they go. They're all going to dive down pit road. Oh, no. The 43.
Oh, and they're wrecking. Tomato. Edgington around.
There's the 4 off in the grass.
Yeah, that's Edgington. Tomato hit him. Everyone was trying to figure out a way to get around them, and they all clobbered each other. This is going to be interesting.
And only 4 cars stayed out. That really separated the pack. The 38, you know what's crazy? The 38 might actually get the draft back off of one of these guys that did not pit because there was such a big commotion trying to come into pit road. Obviously, everyone said they'd be coming in, but now this is really spread out the back. The 17, the 24, 43, the 3, the 20, and the 38 all stayed out. And now they're going to be coming in, going an extra or crucial extra lap. And Mole's going around another lap.
This is what I was talking about. The saving. It's very hard to save. He saved the whole first little segment there. He might make it to the end. Mole actually could win this race if he just hits this time.
And look at the 3 and the 20. They are also going with the same strategy as the 24, gaining a lot of time. Obviously, they're tandem drafting, so they're going to gain a lot, but Mole very slow on the racetrack, probably just to let them catch up. And see further ahead, there is a tandem. I do believe that's Flash Champs and the 18 and the 21. Yes, it is.
Mole is out of fuel. Mole is out of fuel. He is
He hits
sputtering.
the
He is
wall.
out.
And that's just the nick of time. He's going to make it around just one. Oh, no, the 3's going around another lap.
Wait.
And the 24.
Wait. Mole slowed down so much. He just said, I'm a gas on now. Okay.
They're going, this is huge. Fuel strategy at Daytona? Are you kidding me? The big issue I see with all this is, well, actually, this might actually be the perfect time to be strategy, because the biggest pack is just a pack of 2. Everyone else is so spread out because of the initial chaos of the first pit stop that there's no big pack. No one's in a pack. Everyone's tandem drafting. This might be the win right here. It might just be these 2 come the end of it. Are they going to finally come in? Yes, it looks like now is finally their time to come in. Are you kidding me? He's going around well, now this might actually be kind of interesting. Is Mole has no help now, and he's just by himself. There is now a pack of the 38, the 21, and the 18. They are now a 3-car tandem working together, trying to catch a 2-car tandem on the backstretch. That being, I actually can't really find them. I don't know. I can't find them. The 17 of Tomato and the 43 of LRS.
Man, I am shocked. I am surprised Mole has saved this much. He can for sure make it to the end now.
Does he finally make his pit stop? It sounds like he's
Yeah,
out
here
of
he
gas. Yeah, I can hear he's so low on the throttle. He is out of gas. And man, what an effort from that 24, saving so much fuel. He is going to be, well, good, almost good to the end. The big thing now that I'm a little, well, 2 things is, how is this going to play out now that all the pit cycles are done? Who is going to emerge the leader? And, well, for better or for worse, what does this mean for the end of the race? Where is Mole going to come out? Because, well, he's all by himself. He's got no help.
Well, he's coming off pit road right now.
There is some cars tandeming. It is
That's
the
going to
40.
be the lead.
All right, there's the 17 and the 43 as they're going to come past the 24, who is very slow on the racetrack. They will get by him as here comes the biggest pack on the track. Brad Ranger, the 38 and the 18 and the 21, all coming with a whole head of steam. The 24 is not up to speed. And
Oh, he blocks him! He blocks him again!
Big miscommunication there. He blocks all 4 of them, and there goes the 18 of Flash Champs. I don't know if that was just miscommunication. I think that the 3 wanted to probably go. What in the world is even happening? The 24's off in the wall. Mole's off in the wall. He's still up in the wall. It looks like he'll be fine. He's just going to drop to the back of the pack and probably just save some more. But my goodness, that was crazy. I again think it was just a miscommunication. I think Brad wanted to go high because there was more space there originally, but then Mole went high because he wanted to give up the position. It looks like Tomato and LRS are going to be trying to drop back to behind this pack willingly.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck just happened. By the way, looks like Tomato and LRS might be short, so it looks like what I'm hearing is they're going to back into this pack, get behind them, and start saving, is what I'm hearing.
This might be the call, though. The 38 was still right behind them. I don't think they want to try and get past them. 38 is going to go all on his own out to the front. I believe this is for position. Oh my goodness, look at them slicing and dicing all the way up on the wall. Just trying to ride around. They're trying to slow up, but the 38 just wants to stay right behind them. So there's, I believe, oh, there goes the 17 Tomato dropping. Now he's just dropping in the back, trying to make a save for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I were to tell you this is a 7-car battle for the win, but all 7 drivers were on different pit strategies, you would tell me you're crazy. But I mean, like, and when I mean pit strategies, they're on, like, completely different pit strategies. This is going to be a finish, man. But right now, as far as the race to get into the 500, I mean, the 38, I think it's kind of locked up now. 38, who had a big scare when he lost the draft originally, got bailed out because of how spread out everyone got. And look at the saving that's going on now. Oh, my goodness. It looks like the only person that I think opposes a real threat to the 24 right now is Brad Ranger. Just because he was he was the person that was able to go the second longest on a fuel run. So if he can save just 1 lap of fuel, he should be fine by the logic of if Mole can now make it to the end, Brad just has to save 1 lap. I think that's the case.
Yeah. By the way, 21 laps to go when we cross the line this time. So what I'm hearing is majority of this pack right here is about 2 laps short, maybe 3 laps short. Mole's the only one in the pack that is good to go the rest of the way. But he even said he was going to save just a tad more, just to be on the safe side. So I think Mole is in the best spot to win this race, and I think he probably can do this. Brad's the only other guy in this lead pack that might have a small chance at winning this race.
Yeah, it will take a bit of an effort from the fuel department to try and make that one work. Flash Champs and the 38 both pulling away from this pack like they did earlier on this race with the 21 and the 18. And
Yeah, can we give a shout out to the 38?
Yeah, shout out to the 38 of Red Hawk.
Red Hawk.
Trying to race his way into the 500. Now he's leading here in the duels. He's just ran a great race so far.
Yeah, he's not missed a beat at all tonight. Doing everything right. Looks like it might pay out in his favor, so we'll see if he can hang on to it. Obviously, he's not going to be able to make it to the end. He'll have to make 1 stop, but depending on where Go Dogs is going to be at, I don't know what his situation is, but I think it's very similar. So I think the 38, if we stay green, as long as he does not speed on pit road, I think he is going to be able to advance to the Daytona 500, 250, or whatever you want to call it.
Mr. J and Crimson Sniper are ahead of this leading pack here. It's just to note. So that is who is up there, or who is up ahead, and you can see how separated this pack is become. They're like so separated that it feels like they might lose draft, but I feel like that would be too much of an exaggeration. Can you remember the last time we had a fuel strategy race that would actually would result in not pack racing at a Daytona race like this in real world or in this league?
I remember one at Talladega and UTLR season, I want to say season 3 in the truck series. Alex won that race, but everyone was on different strategies. I stayed out with some other guy. We ran out of fuel coming to the white. We didn't pit. We stayed out trying to make it to the end, but we didn't make it to the end. We were first and second. We finished 17th and 18th, last place. So I remember that race very well because I should have pitted, but as far as real life goes on a restrictor plate, I cannot think of one off the top of my head.
Big note I always like to think back to, Greg Biffle winning I believe his first ever Cup Series race at Daytona, of all places. in 2003 off of fuel mileage. He was all by himself, not in a pack, and was just able to make it the entire way off of just himself. And I believe that's how that went. I think. I could be wrong. If not, go check it out for yourself. Don't let me be the one that tells you the whole story. But yeah, that's the only kind of comparison I can draw, is that one person is about to pull away from this entire pack, not me having to pit. Well, maybe two, because obviously Brad Ranger's the only other person that can really oppose him right now. We're going to be seeing a lot of this for about the next 20 or so laps.
Yep, we will. I'll get a lap count once LRS crosses the line. He can hear me, so he'll probably shout it when he crosses the line here.
Hi, LRS. He can't hear me.
INF says hello, LRS. 16 to go.
16 to go, and they, well, the 21 of Clay has dropped pretty far back, so it looks like they've probably lost the draft of the top two. What is happening up there? No idea, but 21, everyone just trying to save as much fuel as they can. What's new? Rock NASCAR has caught the 34 of Go Dogs, so, you know, that's just another position higher up on, actually, yeah, that's another position higher up in the 500 for him, if he can get past him. You can see how even further this pack has dropped off of 4. This top 2 is just running away from this main pack.
Yeah, I want to confirm with you right now, Mole is officially good to stay, or good to go for the rest of the way. Mole, all he's got to do now, stay out on the track. Hopefully no caution comes out. Mole is A-OK to make it to the end. So now it is just going to be whether or not Brad can save, because it is officially everyone in this pack will need to pit. They cannot save enough fuel in time, so everyone in here will have to pit.
And Mole is good. Oh, what in the world? The 38 hit the glitch spot into turn 3, and there's trouble. The 38's dropped back. That's put the pack back together. In a really unfortunate circumstance for the 38, he has now dropped all back by himself, and now he has lost the draft again. No pit stop to bail him out this time.
That is unfortunate.
Very bad. Like, that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, that would have been so helpful to the 34 of Go Dogs, Crimson,
the entire
and
field.
Other guys. Pretty
Literally,
much, yeah.
Actually, the entire field except for Mole would have liked to see that. But the 38,
yeah.
he could have been selfish, and he could have not had better car control. I'll let you take that how you will, but the 38, immaculate job, a lot of respect keeping it out of the way, and amazing job on the save after hitting the glitch spot in turn 3. If you know about the glitch spot, you know. But, yeah. Well,
Spot.
this race has gotten a little bit more interesting now. The 34 is working with the 27 of Rock NASCAR. Now, my only thought is, well, okay, you can see Red on the stream. This is where Red Hawk is. He is now in turn 2. The 27 and 34 are just about to cross the start-finish line. They are about half the track behind the 38. Now, the only advantage is they are tandem drafting, so they are going to have a little more speed. Actually, quite a bit more speed, but it's really just going to come down to, do they have the time to catch back up to them? My idea is probably going to be no. If they can pick up this 20, then maybe there's a chance. Yeah, 38's got
I'm also cut you off again, but Brad is not going to be able to make it. And now I'm hearing Bull might not be able to make it. So, only time to tell, Bull might think he might be only, he might, when it comes down to it, only a lap short. But it is a lap around the shaft. It's a whole way back to that line and pit road.
I understood most of that, but your mic was kind of like cutting out and a little quiet. Can you say that again for viewers at home?
Stops are gonna happen.
Oh, yeah, here we go. It's everyone except for Mole coming in.
Yeah, well, the call. Hear me out. If Mole runs out, it's over. Alright, I think Mole can make it to the end. Mole is our lead. Anything can happen. These guys pit, they can fuel. It's going to be roughly a 40-second pit stop. So in about 2 seconds, I'm going to be over for Mole.
Look how slow this 24 is going around the track now. He is in save mode, man. He's just like, he's lowering his RPMs. He is just cruising around Daytona right now. Just on the low line by himself, losing time. But the thing is now is, if everyone can get back together, Brad Ranger obviously able to take the least amount, but this really has now separated the pack. So the 21 and the 18, who were originally up at the front, are now way behind because they probably had to take tires as well. Everyone else coming in to pit road. 27 and the 34, the only ones left that have not touched pit road yet. 24 does more laps around. And the ideology behind this, I believe, is that if they can pit earlier, if they pit earlier together, that means that they can get back together, group up, get in this massive pack, and then chase down the 24. That would probably be the game plan for that. But the problem is well, now this is effectively going to be the battle for second. This is where second is, and this is where the leader is. I don't think they're a lap down, but second, first. So about half the track behind. And this 24 at the pace that he is going a lot slower. Here is the 20, and you see the pace difference. That's the difference between going full throttle at Daytona in 5th gear versus saving and going a lot slower. It looks like the 24 might be done doing that. You can see last pit stops, Rock and Go Dogs. You can see a few lap cars up ahead. That is, I believe, Crimson Sniper up ahead.
Mole is lagged out. Mole is
Are
done.
you
He's
serious?
lagged out. Mole is gone. He is out of the race.
What do you mean? He's just right behind the 20. He's still racing for me.
Okay, Mole was in turn 2 for me, and now he's on pit road.
He's not on pit road for me yet. Like, Mole's still
Are
here.
you sure?
Yeah,
Did
I'm
I lag
watching him on
out?
stream. The 24 is still here and on the
Are
track.
you sure? Bro, he lagged out for me. What the hell is
That's like
going on?
LRS, can you ask LRS if there's confirmation?
Yeah.
Well, this is big for this secondary pack as... Oh, he is out!
Yeah. I told you I wasn't.
Yeah, it's like he was still in the race for me, but now he's gone. The 24.
I told you
who
I
had
wasn't
this
tripping.
locked, he had the win on lock because he was the only one that could make it to the end. Is out.
So now we're gonna look at Brad, and we're gonna look at Tomato and LRS. This is, I believe, the pack for the lead. I believe, if LRS is that correct?
I believe that is going to be the case. The 4 and the 99 are lapped cars, so they are not in the race for the win. Right now, as far as what we understand, is the 3, the 43, and the 17, your 3 drivers in contention for the win here in Duel 1. What?
Well, Mole can do a backup car.
Mole has to go to the backup. We're just going to chalk it up to like an engine failure or something for the 24. It is heartbreak for that Hendrick Motorsports machine. He had this on lock. He played it perfectly. Like, as good as you could possibly get. He was going to win this, and then the game just, well, messed up with him. And, yeah, that's the second lag out we've seen today. And look
and here
at
comes
this.
Tomato.
Tomato, LRS, and both of the lap cars to the outside. They're going to cruise past Brad Ranger. A little bit of lag from the 43, but to the lead goes Tomato.
Mole was 1 lap short. That's why he was still saving.
He was going, I mean, he was going like probably in 3rd gear around the whole track, just trying to save as much fuel as he can. And the 2 drivers that are in the top 2 pit boxes in this race, they're both out. Is that a coincidence?
I think not.
I think not.
don't know what the hell's going on with Storm's stuff. He keeps leaving and joining the party.
I have no idea. Where is, just as a reminder, where is the fight between the 38 and, okay, hold on. Is Rock is now with the 34, although they're on the same straightaway now, so the gap has definitely closed. But I think if, now that Rock is kind of separated from Go Dogs, I think that it's going to be, this is kind of the nail in the coffin. Because Go Dog's all by himself, can't really do much, unless he has like some drafting help, which the 20 is behind him, but I think it'd be too much of a loss or a risk. I guess his biggest thing would be that the main pack has to catch him, and then he has to catch him like within the next few laps, and then he has to get in the back with Crimson Sniper and Edgington, and then he has to just go.
By the way, coming to 4 to go.
It looks like that will not be the case, though. As, oh, look at this! Big outside run! The 43 is the lag spot! The 43 had to clear the wall! The 43 of LRS is spun around.
That's not going to be a caution. So Tomato pretty much just won this race.
There was not 2 cars involved in the incident, as the 43...
It definitely was. It's just a 5 to go. We have no more cautions. So Tomato just all but won this race. The first challenge.
The last person on the grid comes to the front, and he put a clean block on the 3 and the lap cars that were pushing him going into turn number 3. But then the 43 of LRS just went too low, hit the lag spot where Red Hawk did earlier, and unfortunately just collected him and the rest of the lap cars. That is a heartbreaker for not only the 3 but the 43 as well. And this might actually end up costing the 43 way more than what we may think, because he's lost out on a lot of positions too. He's probably dropped, say maybe 4 positions. Well, I mean, yeah, it's still a lot. I mean, 4 positions, think about it, that's not just 4 positions, that's 4 rows. You're starting 4 rows back in the 500 now because of that. This looks like 2010 or 2011 500s. It's just all you see throughout the field is tandem drafting and single cars.
Giving me shades of Ricky Bobby and Talladega Nights when it's only John Gerard and Ricky Bobby left.
Yes, sir. Well, Brad Ranger is getting a push from the 99 of Crimson Sniper, so they are still working together. The 4 and the 17 still kind of fighting. So if they keep doing that, then maybe there's still a chance. But I think where we're at now, like 2 to go, I think, then I think it's kind of, I mean, it might be wraps.
Yeah, so coming to the white, we're 2 to go right now. And there is a train behind Tomato, but it is Brad and Crimson. I don't think they're going to have enough time.
Yeah. The 17 and the 4 are kind of battling right now, well, just for like the sake of it. They're kind of hitting the apron. They're going a little slow. So unless like the 17, they go side by side, or like one of them hits the glitch spot, then I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But they're still kind of like checking up for each other, as the 17 of Tomato, from last on the grid to first, he will see the white flag last lap here in duel number 1.
Oh, well, Crimson's now trying to make a move on Brad. I was saying, Crimson and Brad were starting to run down Tomato a little bit, but now they're not working to each other.
38, and it looks like it'll be the 38 of Red Hawk that will advance into the Daytona 500. He just ran overall a much cleaner, better race than the 34 of his teammate, and it's unfortunate inter-team battle. The 34 is going to be sent home, unfortunately, as Tomato heads into turn number 4 for the final time of this race. He started last, as we mentioned, and now he's found himself to the front and found himself in row number 2 for the Daytona 500 next week. Coming to see the checkered flag, it's the 17 of Tomato winning at duel number 1. This is not the last lap,
Tomato. It is.
Okay, I'm like, he is still going like very fast. I'm like, this is not the last lap, is it?
No, it is.
It is. Everyone else coming across the line. There's the 38. And man, he ran up front, led laps, and just kept... I mean, he's not going to finish with any main pack, but then again, no one is... Just was there when it counts. We'll see you next week for the Daytona 500 Red Hawk. You are locked in next week. Yay. I could have said that a lot better. But... Well, that was a chaotic Duel 1. I mean,
I would
if you're
say so.
in here, and you were watching, and you're in Duel 2, take some notes, because that, I mean, obviously it might not go word for bar what just happened there, but I mean, yeah. As for mentioned, we are not done, folks. We have another race to run. We have to run the second. We are running the second duel. Hooray.
Yep. It's time for myself and HD, who was in here earlier, to run Duel 2. See what we can do in that one.
Yes, and we thank you so much, SP, for stepping up into the booth with us here for Duel number 1. It's very much appreciated. And a good luck to you in this upcoming race.
Thank you. Would you like... We're going to interview Tomato, by the way, since he won the duel. I'm hearing, so...
Yeah,
We'll
do you
get
want
Tomato
to
in here.
interview Tomato?
I can if you want me to.
I think you should interview Tomato. I think that'd be cool.
Okay. I will interview Tomato. Tomato, make sure to include your audio.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so... Tomato, buddy. Last place starting spot for you. You had a horrible qualifying time. But really, in the end, just does not matter. You go out and win Duel number 1. And kind of exciting little fashion there. We had Mole lag out, who was going to make it to the end, and then LRS hits the glitch spot and spins out. And you come out on top of all of this. Just overall, what is the excitement you're feeling to start up front, pretty much, for this Daytona race we got next week?
Super excited, yeah, especially from starting the last, stream up my qualifying, smacked the wall coming out of 4 on my warm-up lap. And I just figured, well, at least we had the duels, you know, to give me a good starting spot for the 500. I knew I could probably get up into the top 5 for the duel, and then everything just kind of played into my favor, and it worked out for me.
Yeah, for sure. And overall, I mean, I have to go race Duel 2 now, but any tips for me you got as far as in the race goes?
Watch the fuel.
Watch the fuel.
You gotta save. You gotta save. Save the first and the second run. Especially with us, we had green flags. Mole probably could have made it if he didn't lag out, but me, I think it was Brad, me, and LRS were grouped together, and I think we had some lap cars. I think Crimson, and Eddington. Yep. But yeah, I bet we would have caught him. That first lap that we were together, we gained like, I don't know what it was, 5 to 7 seconds, I think, and then I think Mole got hooked up with Lowbrook, if I'm not mistaken. I think he said that over race chat, and we gained about 2 seconds that lap, but we were like 12 seconds behind him with like 8 to go, something like that. I'm pretty sure we would have caught him, but he definitely would have probably been able to make it on fuel.
Yeah, for sure. I needed those tips. Me and INF got a pretty good show up here on the booth. Coming down to it, pretty much start of the race too was pretty cool. But overall, congrats on your dual win, Tomato. It's your first dual win in UTLR. Congrats on that. And we will see you next week.
See you later.
See you later, Tomato. All right, so INF, I just invited LRS to hop in the booth. He'll be with you for duel number 2. TLR Storm Alex, he's got the party going for duel 2. So unfortunately, my time with you has come to an end.
Oh man. Well, thank you so much, SP, for being a great co-host here tonight, and good luck to you again in duel number 2.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna try to go out there and win it. Here, Tomato, safe fuel was a big issue. I think we have a lot more aggressive people in duel number 2, so I would not be surprised if we got our first caution of the night. But we'll see what happens. But have a great broadcast up here in duel number 2, and I will talk to you later.
Yes, sir. Good luck. It's just you and me now, Tomato.
Yep. All right,
Well-
well, yeah, I'm going to head out.
Okie dokie, man. Well, congrats again on your win.
Thank you, thank
Good
you.
job.
See you later.
Yeah, see ya. And then there was one. It's just me now. How sad. I'm gonna cry. Not really, because I have LRS coming up into the booth. The guy that choked. And I'll make sure to tell him that. Oh man, he is not going to hear the end of this. Well, no, he probably will hear an end to it, but it will be funny nonetheless to ask him how it felt to choke that badly. Coming from Mr. Second Place. I've invited him again. Hopefully he joins. It would be very sad if he did not join now. Why does ESPN like keep posting this game and then it's like nothing's happening? Oh, I guess they're talking about the WNBA finals. Yeah, I mean, I guess that I mean, it's a close game right now, but yeah, they're talking about Astros are beating the Rangers right now. For any other sports fans interested in the sporting world, Astros 5, Rangers 2 in the top of the 7th right now. The Aces are beating the Liberty 70-69 in Game 4 of the WNBA Finals. 20 seconds left, or at least that's what ESPN's telling me. College football, FIU and Sam Houston are tied with the final 5 seconds left in the game. UTEP and New Mexico State are 7-7 right now. Their game is just entered the second quarter. Looks like that is it. Next week, obviously, is the Daytona 500, but as well as being the Cup Series week, it is also the debut of the much-anticipated Xfinity and the return of the Truck Series. Xfinity Series being on at the same time at Cup, just on a Tuesday night, Cup being on Wednesday night, but just an hour earlier than when we started tonight, and then the Truck Series being on Thursdays. So, all being at Daytona, all looking for a fantastic race there. Obviously, much anticipation for the Xfinity Series when that gets rolling at Daytona in less than a week now. Probably one of the most anticipated series recently. All right. Well, LRS is still not in here. I have no idea where Storm is. Oh, as right on cue when I said I have no idea where LRS is, and LRS is here. He's gotten back from taking the paper bag off of his head. LRS, you got a copy? All right, LRS, I'm gonna do a quick interview with you here, sir. So LRS, how does it feel to choke that badly in duel number 1?
I don't really feel bad for myself. I feel bad for Brad the most, and Clater because I sent the clip to the UTLR chat. I don't know if you've seen it, but I hit the glitch spot and killed both of them. So, yeah, it's very unfortunate, and I was talking to them just now, just apologizing to them. They understand, which is good, but extremely unfortunate. We were all in position to win that, so just upsetting. But we have the 500 still, and I'm starting top 10. I think starting 9th, so that's pretty decent.
Mm. Well, we're about to get set for duel number 2. So, anything you could say about duel number 1 that we will probably not expect coming into duel 2? Or just more or less?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a little different on the aspect of pitting because Mole is the best saber in the league, and he said he was about a lap short when he lagged out. So I do think it's going to be a two pit stop strategy, instead of maybe a one stop for certain people. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a 2-stop, and I feel like these guys are going to be a little more racy. I think we might actually see a caution in this one. Get a little antsy, have a little fun.
Get a little dicey, man. Gotta have. Yeah. What's the duel without a little risk, huh? Again, like we said at the top of the hour, it was this isn't for points. This is just to determine where you start on the grid, the 500.
Yes, sir. That's why I'm not too upset about the incident, but obviously I still feel really bad that I was in that situation.
Absolutely. Well, we're about to get rolling for the second duel in just a few minutes time. Um, so we've already actually I should probably go back through the second duel roster just to re-inform our viewers because well, it's been about like 70 minutes since I last talked about the duel 2 drivers, other than the two that were in the booth. So there are 13 drivers supposedly in the second duel. The 9 car Irate Pluto is on pole, followed by the 12 of Drake, the 48 of Hack, the 8 of Kenny, the 77 of Ducky, the 6 of Ardeni, the 44 of One Bad, the 42 of SP, the 23 driver of Morton, or how you will refer to him as Hunter, our first of 2 drivers to race their way in, and then the other driver that has to race their way in, the 15 of Rebel Boy, then followed by the 5 of Comical Sphinx, the 19 of the High Road, 47 of Some Wyo Guy, and that will be it. So, LRS, who can we expect to see up at the front come the end of this race?
Yeah, there's going to be, I think a few was saying previously in the booth. Oh, sorry. There's going to be a couple of contenders in this one, like SP was saying earlier in the booth. I think there's going to be, this one's going to be a little more aggressive. It's going to be a lot of moves being made. Some people are going to maybe get their feelings hurt. I know, like you said, it's not worth any points, but I do think that, let's go over some of these drivers that could do something. Hold on, let me pull up the duels right here. All right, so obviously One Bad is one to watch, but somebody who's been making big strides in the off season that I think could possibly show their cards and show their hand today is Ardeni. He's been great in the preseason, as well as these certain tracks. He's great on super speedways. He has teammates in this, I think. Oh no, his teammate actually won Duel One. So the cars have speed. SP's in here. He's also really good. Super speedway racer. We saw he almost won in a different league last night. And then Ian is in this league as well. He's in lined up 13th. Some Wyoming guy. Somebody to watch there as well. He's coming back. He raced in season 1 and 2, and he's back. And he expects big things out of himself. I think he's going to be somebody to watch.
Absolutely, and all those drivers very highly regarded amongst their peers. I'm going to go out on a limb and say the 12 of Drake is one that will be watched for this race. He is not racing in the 500 to my knowledge, so this is going to be a big race for him, just to, well, not big race for him, but it's more just to have fun. If all of these guys don't have any risk going into the 500, Drake probably has the least amount of risk, considering he's not even going to be racing in it. So he's just going to go out there and have some fun, and just maybe try and get the win along the way. And not to mention, he is also an incredible super speedway driver, so he should be up towards the front come the end of this. I'd assume you're going to be in race control with SP.
Yeah, I'm still here. He's in the bathroom.
Well, is he in the bathroom with you?
No, but I am about to go use the bathroom.
Okay. Chat, that was not weird, by the way. Don't weird chant me, okay? It's not weird.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. Jose Altuve has hit the second most postseason home runs of all time just now, or just about an hour ago. He only now trails Manny Ramirez with his 29 home runs in the postseason. It's weird to think that the most home runs ever hit in the postseason is just 29, which it makes enough sense that it'd be like not a high number because obviously the postseason is very hard to reach. But for it to be Manny Ramirez with 29, like most home runs in the postseason in the history of baseball or Major League Baseball, which has been around for like over 100 years. And the leading home run hitter in the postseason has only hit 29. It's kind of crazy to me. I don't know. There's a lot of factors that I really haven't thought about. Obviously, you have to play a lot of games in the postseason. Then you got to be a good home run hitter. Then you have to actually make the postseason a lot. So a lot of factors that go into it, but I don't know. You'd think some people would be able to, kind of like Babe Ruth or any of like the death row New York Yankees. You'd think they'd be able to probably hit a lot of home runs in the postseason, but I guess not. It's a little weird. Just an observation. SP has now invited me to play NASCAR Heat 5, which means that it is time to go racing for duel number 2. I must hit up my boy LRS with the invitation. It looks like Storm is not going to be able to join us tonight. Unfortunately, he just has too much internet issues to be able to. But nonetheless, we did appreciate him having... he's in our hearts, man. He's in our hearts forever. They will do like they did in the race. They will have a pace lap, and then they will go. Well, yeah, they'll have a pace lap and then go out for the race. Oh my goodness, what am I watching? Oh. Well, that's not good. This hasn't happened in about a second. Oh boy. Well, you can see it alongside this. Happened to our co-commentator of Hunter earlier on in the day, and I do not happen to have another invite. Oh lordy lord. Oh, this is the wrong time for LRS to be in the bathroom. Okie dokie then. What can I do? You don't have to stay with me, but I would love it if you do. Uh, I'll. Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
Well, I got kicked from the lobby. I went to spectate and then I got kicked.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Are you? No, but like, I sent you an invite to the lobby. Can you join in?
I just accepted your invite and opened my Twitch app.
Well, so neither one of us can get
Ow.
in. Yeah, neither one of us can get in.
Yeah, Alex having some issues.
Yeah, I've been told. Wow.
I need to restart my game.
See, that happened to Hunter earlier on when he tried to get in here. And that happened to me in a different league that I was broadcasting for. Is I went in to go broadcast and spectate, and it will kick you sometimes. So
Alright,
that happens.
Let me get into the third party and see if anybody can invite real quick and send me an invite into here so I can get back in.
Yeah, okay. Well. Alright, well, we're gonna have to hold stationary for about a second.
They're debating going to caution. I think they're going to do it. Alex is in there.
confirmed yellow at the line.
Yeah. Well then. Welcome back, Storm. Okie dokie. Here, I think I need to. I'm probably gonna just restate.
Starting his game.
All right, loading in. We are going. Our lovely viewers, we are going to. I've just reset my. Oh wow! I did not mean to turn up my volume. That would have been really bad for my ears. Well, we're resetting our heat, so that way we will try not to lag out this time. And if it does that again, yeah. The good news is that at least we got through Duel 1. So, like, we got through Duel 1 just fine. But yeah, obviously it's the field we had a bit of interest in.
This is also
Well,
going to play a big part, INF, like I was telling you, we kind of spoke it into fruition to this strategy.
Oh yeah, well now that strategy is really gonna be screwed now. I think it should mean that you can go for one stop now. Everyone should be able to go. Well, obviously they're gonna bet pit now, but if it goes green the rest of the way, then it should then go to just one stop in the race. Man. I'm so sorry, chat. I failed you guys. This is the stupid game's fault. Blame Motorsport Games as always for the faults of our broadcasting.
Yep.
Because this game is trash. No, I'm just joking.
Okay,
Alright, I'm in.
I loaded in and it kicked me out.
Alright, I'm now doing the same thing. We are loading in. See the amazing Fanatec sponsorship again. Perfect your custom setup in our brand new test session mode. Yes, our brand new 3-year-old test session mode. Please make sure to go test. Like your 4-year-old or going on 4 strong. Make sure to test out the new test session mode and build your own custom setup.
And they were back green.
Make sure to test out the new test session mode. So I'm just making sure I can even make it in. Oh yeah, here. Before I probably do that, here's an invite again to the party. Loading. We're loading. Loading. Come on, please. And yeah. That's tough. Sorry, chat. Looks like the gods have failed us.
Well, let any of us join. Maybe they have to reset the lobby. I mean, they could do that, but that's up to
I got
Alex.
dinner on the way.
We're only like 9 laps in.
Well, chat. Uh, no, I don't think so. I guess I'll just go unbroadcasted. Or, well, you can try. No promises will be made. No. Pain. Never. I'm looking on the Twitch right now, or like on the Xbox Twitch. Doesn't look like there's much. Pain. This is why we need people streaming in the races. It's yeah, it's like at least it's actually the actual race. Mm. Well, that's an unfortunate end. Oh well. Well, uh, guess. Choker. Choker. Choke. He choked. Uh, and good luck to all those in Duel 2. Thank you, Storm. And yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all our viewers who couldn't bring you Duel number 2, but nonetheless, it will be much worth the wait for the Daytona 500, which is next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe that is correct. Correct. 9 Eastern. Okay, I had the issue earlier today where I thought it was 8 and it was 9, and I felt like an idiot, and now I feel like an even more of an idiot. But yeah, tune in next week at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as all of our drivers mentioned tonight will go to war for the crown jewel of UTLR, that it being the Daytona 250. On behalf of SP, LRS, Storm, and Hunter that were all up in the booth tonight, this has been INF signing off here from UTLR. Thank you all so much for tuning into this live broadcast as always, and take it easy.